top right corner, you're gonna see view watch page. Just right click that and copy and paste that into the chat so I can find it.
Okay. No, I don't see view watch page on my channel. I don't see view watch page. I have new live event.
Can you share your screen?
Oops, oops, oops. Hey, DJ Mosfield Mozzie. Okay. No, there's nothing that says view watch page. But you know what? Maybe if I
Yeah, share your screen.
share the screen. How are you doing, DJ Mosfield Mozzie? Okay, share the screen. Share. It's not letting me share it, Sioba. That's weird. It's letting
On
me.
the left hand, you see screen share and it's not letting you share.
Yeah, that's weird. It's not letting me share. This Hangout on air is live. Yeah, I understand. Okay. No, it has. No, it won't let me do it. It's just saying, it's giving me the option to cancel, but. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm screen sharing now. Okay. Screen sharing. And we'll go here. Okay, see?
Okay, so which one are we on?
Okay, so we're on the YouTube drama Free Flow.
Okay, so click the title. All right. Now you see that link in the HTML in the top search bar.
Right here?
Yeah, double click that and put that into the Hangout so I can find your channel.
Okay. You want me to copy it? Is that it?
Yeah, just copy and paste it into the Hangout chat. No, 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 the Hangout chat, not the YouTube chat. You can stop sharing your screen now. Okay.
What's going on, DJ? Okay, let's see here. Let's see if it'll let me share it.
In the top left corner, you're gonna see a comment. You're gonna see a blue comment icon. You just put the link into that search box where it says enter chat message link here. You put that link there so I can find the video on YouTube and I can find your channel.
You see it?
Yep. Give me 1 second.
Okay, so this is going to be just like a free flow stream or free flow chat. And you know what? I said I was also going to play some music too, didn't I? Yes, 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 yes. So go to my files. And let's see here. I can always go for Steve Bass. Love him. These Man, Black YouTube is just getting really. I'm here. It's not the first time, but things is just really stupid, crazy, mad, wild right now, and I just can't. I had a super fantastic, freaking awesome day today, and I don't know if you can hear me, but let me pull the mic closer. But I had a super fantastic, awesome day, and I just was not willing to waste my time and energy on someone else's unhappiness or someone else's complaints and venting sessions. Like, there's so much talk about people, um, the black man, the black woman gender still. Like, people, I swear, the people, these conversations are just not going on as much, especially in my life. And with the men and women around me, to the degree and the extent and the magnitude of vitriol that's coming out over these lines, over these videos and these streams. And mm, here, let's play some Urban Sunrise.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm back.
Oh, no problem. I was just starting my own little venting session while you were away.
And what are you or were you venting about?
Well, I was pretty much just saying that YouTube is so full, the black YouTube sector right now is so full of drama and so full of mess. And I had a super awesome, fantastic day that I was not willing to lose my vibe because of someone else's venting session.
Okay.
At the end of the night. It's like, hey, Tony. So I'll go ahead and get this thing started because, you're in enough trouble out here in these.
Oh, am I?
I'm sorry, CEO. I don't know. It's just, hey, Tony. But people are not happy with you and I sharing or us not sharing the same pain and the same vitriol of life or the same vitriol of genders or whatever relationships experiences that they have or the willingness to have a calm, collective discussion, or to even just look at a whole nother perspective without calling it or without saying that you're hating on them or you don't want them to be happy or you don't want to take responsibility. I know that I threw them off and I was like, hey, ain't nobody been MGTOW because of me. No one's homeless because of me. No one's broke because of me. So, no one's homeless because of Rain and Woman. I don't know I can't take responsibility for that. I
Mm.
just,
So are you talking about the conversation that you guys are having on Cool Gents channel?
shh, you were not supposed to name a channel.
Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies.
Yes, peace, DLD. But like just in general on YouTube, the sisters are wanting black men to be responsible for something, and the brothers are wanting the black women to be responsible for something. And apart from your own relationships, like I don't know how much you can really take responsibility for. And when you're like at peace with something, well, I'm just talk about me. So, so it ain't like, because you're in
Mm-hmm.
enough trouble, Siola. So,
Oh, oh, oh yeah. Yes, indeed.
I'm, when I've reached a level of peace in my life and joy in my life with things that's going on, you sure can get the link, Deacon. Um, and you know, I've taken responsibility for my actions, inactions, and things like that. And there's nothing harboring in my heart, and no one is harboring anything towards me. And, and just, to the point where they either are homeless or whatever. I don't understand the point of having this kind of me personally. I don't understand the point of me having those kind of discussions for me to fix something that's not broken around me and that I didn't break. It just doesn't make. Um, please, you know what? I have your email address. Let me hold on a second here. We're gonna get Deacons of Defense up here. But do you understand what I'm saying, Silva?
Uh, yeah.
Okay. Okay, not I don't want to, I mean, if it was just me, I'm willing to, be okay with that.
No, I mean, I completely understand what you're saying. It's not, like it's not like it's rocket science. It's not like you're trying to mislead me or anything like that. It makes perfect sense to me because that's exactly how I feel. Um, to just be honest with you, it's very hard to go backwards in a place in time that you've already moved forward from just to be able to have the same emotional energy like everyone else is having in their current state where you've already gone through your progression and moved on from it.
Right, exactly. And then, you know, when you're when you really want people to just be able to cross over and experience what you know that they're able to experience because you've been able to experience it, and it's kind of what they're wanting, unless it's kind of what they're wanting because their complaint is they don't have it, right? The complaint is you don't have the peace with relationships and things like that and family that I have. So I'm want to share with you how you could possibly experience that, like right here. And if you want to still go abroad or whatever, like totally do that. Like please do that. But know that you can still have it here as well. But I think, and if not, well, you know what? Here's the thing. I think I got it now. Actually, I think I got it. That's not what we're supposed to do. No, that's not what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to either join in and keep the complaining going or not be a part of the channel or stream that's complaining. I think that might actually be the issue. Kind of like for me, I know that when I'm in the manosphere, not to, stir the pot or whatever, or try to stop on anyone's complaints or say Not all women are like that, yada yada yada, because that's not what I'm there to do, and that's not what they're there for, right? So if something's going on that I can't vibe with, rather than me become argumentative, it's really best that I just leave it. I mean, I can say my point of view or say my feeling, but don't try to hammer it in and drive it in like a nail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't fit, then it doesn't fit. And I think that's the same thing, pretty much like just kind of maybe where you are, and maybe where you've even been, and not even just you, Silva, because I'm seeing right now like a lot about your name with this, but it's not just you. There are other people that share the same sentiment that you do, and um, hey, it's just about then beating a different path, and maybe your channel is the channel to share more about your experience, your transition, your transformation, your change, or whatever, your happiness, and whatnot, so that you're not looked upon as someone that's trying to change the conversation or trying to simp or trying to hate on someone else. And I think we have a come I think there's confusion about hating on someone, because to hate on someone is to envy what they have because you can't have it, or envy what they do because you can't do it, and you really want to have it, and you really want to do it.
So
Disagreeing with someone is not hating on someone.
so
Having a different perspective from someone is not hating on them.
so what we have is, I'm not too sure because I've seen the movie because I've seen the movies. I've seen the history of the movies. Have you ever seen um have you ever seen the movie series called The Hunger Games?
I have not seen Hunger Games.
Okay. So in the last two parts, the two-part ending of the movie, it was Hunger Games: The Mockingbird 1 and 2, right?
Uh-huh.
So there was a character who they were building up. They were using the girl that the Jennifer Lawrence character was being used as propaganda to build up this sort of political leader to inspire the rebels, which was the fraction that she was fighting for, which is why yeah, he's on.
Oh,
Deacons of Defense is on. So which is why they had the whole whistling thing because they called it the Mockingbird, which is why it's called the Mockingbird. So at the end, near the end of the second part of the movie, actually throughout the first part of the first part one, it was showing how it was more leaning towards propaganda than actual, like, it was based more on propaganda using her as a symbol instead of her as being an actual leader. And at the end of the second movie, when she's signaling the people to execute the former dictator, she starts to appear just like the same dictator that they just fought 6 movies ago to get rid of. So what the main character does is she but she the leader, the woman who's taking over, had lets the people beat this dude to death, and the main character, Jennifer Lawrence's character, shoots her with an arrow and kills her. And the reason why I said that is that um there's so many men online are fighting so hard to get away from the quote unquote censorship that they're having to deal with. They're becoming the same forms of censorship that they're fighting so hard to get away from.
oh, wow. That's deep.
See, they call it, you have to challenge the echo chamber of black women and women in general online. And what they do is that they create their own echo chamber that they refuse to be challenged or critiqued. But I
Right.
mute up. I'll let Deacons of Defense talk.
Welcome, Deacons of Defense. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Nikki, how you doing? What's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's going on?
Are you all familiar with each other yet?
No, I see Deacon
Can you guys
in the chat
can you guys
room.
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Am I what?
No, I've seen you in the chat rooms.
So, okay, so you've
Oh,
seen him
okay,
in the
all
chat
right.
room. Okay, so see, this is Ledford.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
Deacons of Defense and Deacons of Defense. This is Ciola.
You guys have an interesting topic here tonight. I was thinking it was going in another direction, and which is the reason why I wanted to come up and have my say. I was
Mhm.
going to do a live stream, but I kept putting it off, and then I decided just to see who was up, and I seen you raining, and I seen the topic. But I
Uh-huh.
thought, like I said, I thought it was a little bit different. I had lost a friend today. Um, this friend, yeah, this friend and I really liked her a lot, but we didn't get along.
Uh-huh.
And so because we didn't get along, I had to let her go today.
Oh.
And it was interesting. You were saying about how in your relationship, as long as you're not making someone homeless, that it should be okay. Well, this person is homeless. Well, she's not homeless now. She was put into a situation where she'll be okay, but it just hurts me. It hurted me that
Mhm.
it had to come to this. I really like this person a lot, um, and I thought we would be cool, forever. And I don't really know if now if the rift can be repaired now. So I thought this was the topic was tonight, but I can see that that's not the case. So
Well, it's
I'll kind of fall back for a moment and I'll just listen and then I'll jump in.
okay. That's fine. It's also like a free for all. It's a free flow. To clear up energy. I'm using the YouTube drama as a way to kind of get it going to address it and to lighten the load, because a lot of people come to YouTube, and a lot of the energy that comes through from different streams becomes a part of it and gets in your house. And then I had a very super fantastic, awesome, swinging day today. Spent the day with the afternoon and the evening with my brother and my aunt, my sister-in-law and my dad. And so just coming in and being off a total good high, and got on a stream that was apparently I missed the good part, where it was very laid back and cool and people laughing, and then it switched from that to the black woman being responsible for the homeless men and a whole bunch of other stuff. And it's just like, no, I'm not going to end my lovely day, my lovely night, to get into unnecessary debating and arguing and just energy change over something that has nothing to do with me. That's not how I'm going to end my night. Um, so I decided to come on and go live and have a lovely dialogue. And
You're borging.
oh, my this better.
Yeah, you're
Probably
borging. Yeah, you're borging hard.
I'm working more hard.
Yeah.
YouTube, oh,
It's real bad.
being great.
It has to be your connection.
We did
And I was on a roll. Is this better?
Yeah, we're good. Perfect.
Okay. So, yeah, basically, I just wasn't going to end a great day and a great night with a venting session that has nothing to do with Rain and Woman. So, but, it's a free flow, because I want everyone that's listening to be clear, to a clearing space in your mind, in your emotions, in your spirits, all of that, in your energy. You need that. So if
Oh,
we
you
can
are
help,
Borgin once more.
because YouTube is not going to be free. Is this better?
Nope. You're whatever you were doing that made you sound good, do that. And whatever you're doing now that make you sound bad, don't do that.
I don't know what it is. Now that was hilarious. You're like, don't do that. Do that, but don't.
Yeah, because what
So
you're doing right now is good. Yeah.
this is good.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah,
Like whatever you're doing, don't do anything else. Just keep doing what you're doing right now.
Okay. So this is also to clear your space, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, your energy, all of that, whatever you need, whatever the issue is, because that's what I want to do, just like I didn't want to go to bed with bad energy because of someone else's venting, then that's the same thing with you, left work. So whatever we can do to help you get into a clearer space for tonight, I want to do that. It
That
doesn't
would
matter.
be a good thing.
Yeah, Deacons of Defense. I didn't
Yeah,
even know you
because
had. I didn't even know you did content. I'm looking at your channel.
oh yeah, I do. I do a little bit here and there.
So
Subscribe, man. I would appreciate it if you did.
Yeah, I already subscribed.
Okay, cool. And I'll check you.
so
Are you
I'm
doing
sorry.
content as well?
Yeah. I have I do content as well. I actually just did a long stream talking about Streamlabs and stuff like that.
Okay, I'll check it out, man. I'll subscribe to you as well.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yep.
So I'm sorry to hear about this friendship and the way things transpired came to this head tonight
What
for you
friendship?
guys, Ledford. But
Yeah, I'm here.
but sometimes, the journey that we have with people sometimes just come to an end sooner than what we
Mhm.
would like, or without us even thinking that it will. And it doesn't make anyone right and it doesn't make anyone wrong. We are conditioned to make people wrong, right? But it can be the situation itself or some things that was done is what's wrong. And you want to be sure to address those things without necessarily attacking the person. Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense. The thing that's so weird about this situation, Nikki, is the fact that if I wouldn't have helped this person in the first place,
Mm-hmm.
we would probably still be cool. We would probably still be good friends. That's
Mm.
what's so weird about it.
So it's like maybe
Because
being
I
in
helped.
a space.
Well, it was because I helped that that ruined the relationship. If I had just left it alone and not went as far as I did, we
Mm-hmm.
probably would still be cool right now. That's what's so strange about it.
Do you regret helping her?
I do because of the loss of the friendship.
Mm-hmm.
What I did to help, I knew it was the right thing to do, but the end result, it makes me regret, me helping.
Hmm.
So I know that if I hadn't helped, we would still be friends today.
I had a situation like that happen to me. I had
Please share if you don't mind, because
yeah,
I'm digging
Yeah.
in my reservoir and I pull one up.
yeah, sure. I had a friend and we were friends for about maybe 12 years. And I had to instead of me going constantly going back and forth, I just had to let them go and be on about their way because sometimes you just have to be like, listen, some things aren't meant to last forever, and especially when it comes to friendships and relationships, some aren't meant to last forever. And I knew this one would end exactly how I knew it would end in an argument and a disagreement. And I got to the point where I got to the point where I'm not arguing with you, can't argue with you. I'm not here to argue with you. You need to go find someone that's going to argue with you because I'm not going to be able to help you with that. And just leave it alone like that. And sometimes you have people where you're not going to be able to just get. Some people are just not meant to like. You're just not going to get along with them. It's just how they are, just how they were raised, what their life experiences are just so vastly different. And that's going to lead to you just naturally not really getting along with that person in the long run. There could be short-term agreements and there could be long-term disagreements. But there's some people that you're just not going to match with. Some people need to some people need to find their energetic equivalent, if I could say that. And it is mainly because
Yeah,
your
I
energies
understand.
aren't matching. That's why you're always leading to these disagreements and the confusion because you got the two parties, man on man, woman on woman, man on woman, have just too much different energies about them, and that's what's is causing so much of the conflict and confusion.
But see, and also too, another thing is this manosphere things that's going on. I really didn't understand what the manosphere was talking about until recently, and the only reason why I came to understand it was because of the relationship that I was recently in. I wouldn't really call it a relationship, per se, like a traditional one, but it kind of was, I guess. But because of the age difference, I can see why a lot of these younger women these days they don't want to listen to a man. They don't want to do what a man asks. They want to be able to do them, and then the man is supposed to do for them, and they're just not just supposed to be it. And my generation doesn't work that way, or it didn't work that way. We each the man and the woman each knew our roles. If I provided, then the woman was supposed to take care of the inside of the home.
Now,
So if
were you guys cohabitating?
yes,
Okay.
and I would see, yeah, yes, but I was asking for just simple things to be done, and it wasn't getting done. At least not the way I felt it should have been. And I blame myself. I blame myself at least 90% of it.
So, how old are you, and how old was the woman? Oh, is he Borging now too?
We can't hear you.
Yeah. Hello.
15
Oh yeah, you Borging.
Oh, now you're
years old.
Borging.
It is.
Years older. Am I bored?
Say
Hello?
that one more time.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you were going in and out.
Hello?
We couldn't hear you. Yeah.
Can you guys hear me now? Okay. As I was saying, she was about 15 years
So that
younger
would
than
put
me.
her in. I guess that would. No, you're good. You're good.
Am I
So
still
that
bored?
would put her like in the millennial generation. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Um. Yeah. I mean, in that situation, in your situation, yeah. If you're so you were like you took on the provider role.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And what were the what did you um like what were the duties that you gave to her?
Okay, see the situation. See, I really can't get into it all.
I mean, like they like the basic thing.
But the situation, right, pretty much was, all she had to do was to cook and clean,
Okay,
basically.
and she couldn't do that.
That was it. No, 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 no. She did it, but she didn't do it. I guess like I don't want to say to my satisfaction because it was an issue. I guess maybe it was certain times when I expected like dinner to be done or breakfast to be ready, and it wasn't. And then I got like an attitude, behind it. When I'm saying like I got that, I mean she had an attitude, because I asked for certain meals at a certain time.
So and when you guys move from your friendship into your relationship, is that how you started off the relationship with those terms and in that particular situation with you let her know what you need her to do?
Yes, when we first started off, I explained to her that she didn't have to worry about paying any of the bills, the mortgage, rent, nothing like that. All I required was dinner. I mean, was for her to cook, to clean the place up. That was it.
Yeah, so I mean, if that's how you broke it down, and if she was good with it from the beginning,
But
and then
most of the time when she did, she had attitude doing it.
most of the time she did it with an attitude. I mean,
Most of the
I
time
mean,
with an
maybe you.
attitude. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you could have like. I'm not sure if you addressed the attitude when she did it the first time, but from what it sounds like, you had a clear cut. You have an actual valid, clear cut example of yes, of just cutting a woman loose because she blew a good opportunity. You know, normally like when you
Well, see, and I believe also too at the same time. So did I, because we were so compatible. For
oh yeah, you going in and out now too. Yeah, it's like cutting in and out right now.
Am I still going out?
You're good now.
Okay, damn. Okay, so yeah, we had the same philosophy about life and certain issues. So I feel like I'm losing out as well. In fact, all this week, I hadn't been able to sleep because I knew it was going to come to this day. I felt it coming. I mean, when you're in the same home with somebody and you can't even talk to them, you can't even say hi,
Ooh, that's bad, man.
without wondering if it's going to be an argument, and
Well,
then
you
to have this person tell you, hey, well, look, just don't say nothing to me, and then that won't
mm,
be an argument. You know what
well,
I'm saying? I don't like my home like that. I don't like living like that.
well, that's unfortunate. Um, and not all, not all things are meant to last. That's just how the universe works. And maybe the best option would have been not to pursue a relationship with a friend because you run the risk you you run the risk of losing a friendship involved when you're involved in a relationship because relationships are more in depth and you deal with the person more in a deeply connected manner than just on a surface level or mid-surface level when it comes to a friendship or best friends or your lifelong friends or friends from kindergarten stuff like that. When it comes to getting a personal relationship, that's just completely different. Now, from your situation, you had a female that agreed initially with the contract that you gave her. Then later on down the line, she got a little complacent. That some of that may be because of what you did or did not do, but from what you're saying, you were pretty straightforward from jump in regards to what you expected to be done. So
Correct.
yeah.
Yes.
So I would just say like, you know, don't like I would tell you not to beat yourself up over it, because ain't there's no man or woman that should beat themselves up over another man or woman. Like the only time you should beat yourself up or you should be deeply saddened is if you lose your husband or wife, and that's it. In the terms of relationship, so, or your baby mother or baby daddy, but in return,
Yeah.
but in terms of boyfriend and girlfriend and cohabitating, they're called friends for a reason, because you can always get new ones. So when it comes to situations like that, you got to deal with the feelings. You got to handle your feelings however you want to, however you want to handle the feelings. You just got to handle that and make sure. Now, here's this pivotal point, right? Because this is a pivotal point where we talk. Well, I have personally spoken about when it comes to just men conversations in general when it comes to these like little relationship topics, is that you're at now you now are at a pivotal point where you can go left or you can go right. You can go down the left path and deal with the hurt and the pain and become better, and rise above that and learn from that, so that in your next situation, wherever that is, with whatever woman that is, you won't make the same mistakes you did in the situation that you had now. Or you can go down the right path, and the right path is going to lead you to double down and not have an introspective look at the reasons why on both sides as to what happened to the relationship. You're just going to double down and say it's because of this and it's because of that and it's because of X, Y, and Z, A, B, and C happened to me. And this is the path that a lot of guys go down when I see them on when they wind up on the internet. This is the path a lot of men go down when they wind up on the internet. They have these situations with their relationships with the opposite sex. They get to this crossroad, and one crossroad leads to self improvement and understanding and looking in within, and the other one, the other crossroad going down the right path just leads to blaming X, Y, and Z for whatever issues that you're dealing with.
Well, I blame myself. Like I said, I give myself 90% of the blame because I brought the person in, and I honestly believe that if I hadn't did that, we would still be cool today. Now the situation that she was in, it was a dangerous one, and so I thought by bringing this person in that it would get her out of that situation, but it turned out to be a bad situation for me because the expectations weren't there, weren't met. Like I thought easily it would be. Just the two tasks that I asked of her, I felt would be easy to maintain, but I was wrong. So
So so you were trying to save her.
yes, I honestly feel, and I think if you were to ask her, she would say I did as well. But because of how the end game, it didn't turn out good for the friendship.
Okay, so you were trying to save the woman. Um,
Well, no,
yeah. See,
when you okay, see, I know that there's different meanings when you say save.
well,
When
no,
when when, when
she
some
had a
people say
bad
save.
situation, and you were taking you were doing whatever you had whatever within your power to remove her from a bad situation and put her in a better situation.
Right, and that's exactly what happened. Yes,
Yeah. So yeah, you were trying to save her from a bad situation and put her in a good situation. Um, you're
right. But in
it
the
didn't work
end,
well.
but in the end, it turned out bad,
Yeah.
for the both of us as far as
So I
friendship. Yeah.
mean, honestly, you should never look out to save someone, because you can't save people from themselves. I
Mhm.
think I think there's a lot of movies and music videos and cartoon shows and animes and stuff like that that we can watch, that you can see that In every different situation, you can't save a person from themselves. And I, I I hear your intentions. Your intentions were really, really good, and what the way you were starting was really good, but you just picked the wrong person to do it with. So it's good that you understand that lies on you, because that was your personal decision making that caused partially that relationship to come to for fruition. And it's good that you understand that. So now what you have to do, and what most men have to do, is they have to move on. Because when you hold
Yeah, like I
on
said,
to,
the moving on. Yeah, the moving on part for me isn't really that difficult to do because, like I said, I didn't go into it. It wasn't like it wasn't like a romantic situation. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really like that. It was more me trying to get somebody that a place to be while they get back up on their feet.
hold on, wait a minute. So she wasn't your girlfriend?
No, no, she wasn't. No,
So
she
so
wasn't.
you guys didn't have any sexual relations?
We did, but that's what I'm saying. But it wasn't like a boyfriend girlfriend thing. It's kind of hard to explain, man. It really is
Yeah,
hard to
I
explain.
mean, I do understand what I understand what you did. I mean, I honestly wouldn't advise most men to do that. That's not I don't think that shows a lot of like good decision making when guys do things like that,
I
because
agree.
I mean it's not.
And the thing is, and brother, the thing is that before the person got here, I told that person that I didn't want to go down that road, but this person kept going and kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it and pushing it until we did end up doing something. But my intention was never to go that route.
Yeah.
With this person or any other person right at the moment because I'm trying to get my health back to where I was, and right now I wasn't even looking for nothing as far as a girlfriend goes or even a sexual partner.
So, but
But
did
this
you want the?
person
Were you looking for the companionship?
that can yeah maybe that's more that'd be more closer to what I was looking for. Yeah.
Okay. Whew.
Yeah, like I
Lady
said,
woman, you
it's
there?
just she probably gonna go get some tea
Lord have
or some
mercy. This
coffee or
woman and
something.
her tea, boy. This woman and her
Yeah.
tea, boy. Women
I
love them tea.
know, I do not even know I'm actually here.
She went and got some Borg tea. You got some Borg tea?
YouTube don't want me to be great.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh. But yeah, Nikki, I would like to hear your point of view on this. What did you think? What do you think?
Well, from what can you hear me okay?
For now.
Yeah.
No, you're boring me. From what I can hear is wow. From what I can about this death threat, it seems like you really had your heart and your intentions in a good place, but you guys were just not supposed to go that route. And unfortunately, we can't always help people when we want to help them, especially of the opposite sex. And sometimes people just want to have their way. Sometimes people just want to, that's it. They want to have their cake and eat it too, which, it doesn't make any sense because you should have your cake and eat it. I mean, if you're going to have cake, I don't know why you would have it and not eat it. It's like a stupid
Yeah.
saying, but
Gonna go moldy on you. Go.
but it seems like at some point she just wasn't willing to be cooperative. And you can't make anyone cooperate. You know what I mean? You can't. And when the relationship no longer serves you,
But see, that's the thing, Nick. I'm wondering. But see, that's the thing, Nick. I'm starting to reflect now, wondering if
I
maybe it
have to. I'm gonna
wasn't
step
more my
away
fault
real
because
quick. I'll be
maybe I
right
was
back.
demanding something she couldn't give.
what happened, Silva?
Maybe I was demanding.
I'm gonna step away real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
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 Yeah, I was just
Silva,
wondering if maybe I was asking more than she was able to give.
maybe if you were expecting more than she was able to give.
Yeah. Maybe I was asking more than she was able to do or to give.
Uh-huh, pretty.
Like I said, I know I feel at least 90% of it was my fault because I brought the situation, together. And if I hadn't did that, then maybe we would still be friends.
Yeah. Well, just give it some time. Just give it some time. You did the best thing that you could do, and that was to hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. So honestly, you did the best thing that you could do by letting the situation just play out. And now it's just come to this part of the journey. What you have to do is be complete with where things are. Take everything good about it that you can, whatever lesson you feel like you're supposed to get from it, so that it's not repeated. Go ahead, and take some time to do that, but don't beat yourself up over it, okay?
Like I said, I try not to, but I've been thinking about it, all day. And like I said, I've been losing sleep over it all week.
Oh no, honey.
But today just came to that today it came to a head real bad, and so it just turned out much worse than it really had to be.
When did she leave? Did she leave today?
No, she left today, earlier today.
She left earlier today. But you are already losing sleep and everything over it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Just,
I was.
yeah, listen, don't beat yourself up over it because it's going to be harder maybe for you to get the lesson from it that you need to get. Don't try to pressure her, for anything extra at this point. She's already gone her own way. The irony of going her own way. But
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, that's really ironic. But she's already gone her own way. Hopefully, she was able to get in a little bit better position have with you having helped her. But you did what you felt was right to do.
yeah.
Once you started sleeping together, that always adds, a different element that always confuses things. And
Complicated. Yeah.
if there's already trouble, going on in someone's life, the last thing they need is to have it complicated any further with
Right.
a relationship with mixed signals. or misunderstanding, where the lines are blurred, you know. So,
And a lot of it too was communication problems,
mhm.
big time communication issues.
Yeah,
So a lot of it all complicated things and contributed to the end result. I hate that it had to come to this, but yeah, I think for the peace of mind of both of us, it probably was the best thing that happened.
yeah, I agree.
We're going our own ways. Yeah.
Yep, I agree. So, how are we going to put it to rest tonight? Because you need to get some rest. You need to be able to sleep, Deacon.
Yeah. Ironically, after she left, I took a nap. I slept pretty I slept pretty well, but and it's still on my mind. I'm wondering, I just felt it was all my fault. And like I said, if I hadn't have initiated the assistance in the beginning, we would still be cool today. But I'll eventually get there. I'll eventually try to contact and let the person know, hey, that I apologize, but I'm still cool with them if they're willing to be cool with me, and if they're not, hey, I understand, and best wishes.
Yep, that's all you can do. And if they
I
know
don't,
that you wish them well, that
of
should
course not.
help a little bit.
Yeah. But
So
other than that, yeah, I mean, everything heals with time.
that's right.
Everything heals with time.
That is right. I'm going to switch computers. So I'm going to mute myself out really quick and go to another computer. Be
All right.
right back. Do me a favor and entertain the chat while I change computers.
I will do my best. Now I can't see the chat, but um, I was wondering what you guys thinking about this ADOS and the meeting that they had with, I guess, with Congress or the House of Representatives. You guys in the chat? I don't know who's in the chat or how many in the chat, but what do you guys think about what happened? And then what do you think about that young man who testified that we as African Americans don't need reparations? I did a video on. I'm not sure if anybody in the chat has seen my video about it, but I put a little video together. It was nothing major. It's just to put it out there. The fact that this young man went to the House of Representatives and told them that we as African Americans, that we don't need reparations, that what we need, I guess, prison reforms and better policing, or just different weird things that he was talking about, that really didn't make much sense to me. I mean, as far as reparations go, I believe we are due what those reparations, and we're due more than what they're trying to or willing to even give us. They would never be able to repay our ancestors for what they went through, and for what we're currently going through, because of the system that we're in. Now, I know Nikki don't want to talk about this, but it's just on my mind right quick to talk about it, or at least mention it. I know that's not the topic tonight, but I just wanted to throw that out there, give somebody something to think about in the chat. Um, where I stand on that. I just believe that there's some people where you have to bang on because they're misleading people. I'm not going to mention any names. I'm not going to do anything like that. But it's just, sometimes these YouTube beefs are necessary, and it may, in the end, the results may come out that, that both parties have at least a meeting of the minds and an understanding um, of each other. So maybe that'll, that would end it. Because I've seen a lot of beefs come. I've seen a lot of beefs get resolved just by people simply having a conversation. Of course, it depends on on what the beef was about, how deep, that disagreement, went. But for the most part, a lot of the disagreements on YouTube can be resolved by simple conversations if both parts are willing. That's what it takes. I know Nikki, she has gotten on my case about a couple of beefs that I had. She's always encouraged me to let it go and to do other things. So I've always thanked her for that, and always, I understood what she was saying, but at the same time too, it was kind of difficult for me to just let certain things go. But in the end, like I said, I think everything can be resolved if people sat down, really wanted to sit down and have a conversation. The manosphere people over there, like Obsidian and Angry Man, I guess those brothers, I don't know if I'll be able to ever understand them when they talk about black women the way they do all day, every day. I don't know if I could if I agree with that, with that constant every day, maybe sometimes two or three times a day, bashing black women, and it's just not something I've ever got into. I mean, I've been in a relationship with nothing but black women, and I would never include every last black woman into a box and say that they're all, what they call them, scrags now, or thoughts, or whatever. Man, I just don't see our sisters that way. There's bad, and in every situation. But I think our women and men for that part, I think there's a whole lot more of us that are better, that are good, than are not. But it's just a few people that are concentrating on the bad, but they have a heavy following too. So I mean, whatever their the grievances are, I'm sure they're valid, for their situations. But I've never come to a point in my life where I would just say I don't want to date or be around black women. I just haven't reached that point. I don't think I ever will. And then there's so many different, well, I'm not saying, different meanings to this manosphere, or a lot of different ideas, and so I haven't really grasped them as they really meant by certain people. Because I come from a point where we as men, we didn't complain about things like that. We didn't have time to worry about things like that. So it's just kind of strange to me. But I did listen to a video this brother put out, and it kind of explained it and made sense to me. So, but this it's weird to me, man, to watch an angry man, whining and crying about black women every day. It's just weird to see another man do that. I'm not bashing angry man. I don't have nothing against angry man. I don't know him. It's just that and actually I watch him pretty much whenever I can catch him. I watch what he's saying, because I'm trying to understand, where these brothers are coming from. So I do listen to him, and I do listen to Obsidian. and from time to time I'll listen to O'Shea. But yeah, I'm learning out here. I'm trying to get on these YouTube streets and figure out what these brothers are talking about as far as this red pill and blue pill, and you know, I just can't get into all of that. And I'm not sure who, if anybody's in the chat, if they're responding to what I'm saying with any questions or comments, because I can't see it. But I'll watch the replay, and then hopefully there'll be some of my questions will be answered. Looks like Rainy Woman just came back. But yeah, I don't understand this red pill and blue pill, pink pill, and I just don't. I don't. This is a compute for me, man. But like I said, I was watching this young brother's video. It was about paradigms. The title was like about paradigms and the different changes and the times, and it made it make more sense to me. So it's like I said, when I first came on YouTube and I started listening to Angry Man and Obsidian, I was like, I thought these guys were really out there. But the more and more that I'm starting to listen to, I'm starting to get a better feeling for what they're saying. Plus, because of my recent relationship or my recent situation, I'm starting to get a better feel for what these brothers are saying. Because before this, this recent situation, I wouldn't have thought any of their points were valid. So, and I kind of want to, appreciate a Rainy Woman, and I think that's Sibo. I want to thank them for listening to me tonight and giving me some wise counseling, because I definitely needed it. Because I really felt, like I said, my situation was, it was initiated by myself, and so I really feel bad for losing a friend.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yay! I'm a success. I successfully did that. Okay, cool beans. Actually,
That was your first
yeah,
one?
they were listening to you in the chat room, Deacon.
Oh, okay. Did I get any questions or comments?
You did. You got a couple of comments from Moshe. Moshe was like, too much red pill can make you depressed. And he also thanked you for your commentary.
Now, what is red pill? What is the definition of red pill?
Red pill is it's like going your own way with the combination of basically just staying focused on your purpose, focused on your goals, self-improvement, and you're not really you're not against women. Red pill is supposed to be less angry with women.
Okay. Because let me ask you this then. Because growing up for myself, if I wasn't in a situation where I had my stuff together, I never even tried to get with a woman. I wanted my situation to be right first before I would want to deal with a woman. What kind of pill would that be, or would that be a pill?
Honestly, that is, without them calling it a pill, that is what is actually suggested. I'm not sure if you are have any spiritual beliefs or whatnot, but that's what a lot of spiritual teachings actually teach you to do.
Okay, yeah, because I was always of the mindset that, how a lot of women, a lot of people, men and women, talk about bringing something to the table. I've always had the mindset of setting the table. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Okay.
want to just bring. Yeah, that's the way my mindset was always been. And if I was that, and if I at the times that I was not in those situations, I didn't try to get into a relationship.
Yeah, that is what we should be encouraging each other to do. You know, when you're young, you know, you're a teenager, you're coming into yourself a little bit. You start having your hormones and your body and stuff starts changing, and you kind of figure it out. Your growth are supposed to help younger people to figure things out, you know, not make figuring it out on their own so hard. That's, you know, that's part of the guidance. But a lot of things, when you have children that were having children and not really guide themselves, then that has been part of the dysfunction in our society. Would you agree?
You're Borgen again.
Of course, again. That would make it great. Oh my gosh. Leave me alone, YouTube. Is this better?
Yeah, that's much better. Go
Good
ahead.
evening. Come press the sign. Ulysses, good evening. So, yeah, so what I was saying before I started working, am I clear now?
You're clear.
Okay. What I was saying before I started working again is that our older people, the adults are supposed to help guide young people